So I'm here in the Battle of Royal Dome, and that is because I can finally actually buy leftovers with BP. I guess I technically could have done this a long time ago. There's a couple of other types of items that you can buy here for BP, but I would have had to either spend a lot of time in the Battle of Royal Dome or spend a lot of time just grinding out BP with Mantine Surf, neither of which I really wanted to do. I actually thought this was in the battle tree, which is why I didn't just do the grinding earlier. But I'm gonna trade 48 BP for 1 leftovers. And what else can I actually buy here? You are going to have me fight things. Can I buy anything else? You will allow me to trade BP for prizes, which are the power items. A couple of which I've actually got. And those are for EV training. And you will allow me to trade BP for vitamins. Okay. And also rare candies and ability capsules. The ability capsule, unless I'm much mistaken, is an item which will allow you to change your ability if you have a Pokemon with 2 abilities. So if you have like I don't know if it works for hidden abilities, so I don't know if you can change like Politoad's default ability to Drizzle as its hidden ability, but it works for regular Pokemon that can have 2 abilities. Intimidate versus Sandstream on Stoutland and that kind of thing. So next, what I really want to do now is I want to go... In the last couple of videos, I was catching legendary Pokemon, and I'm going to continue doing that. I've got 2 Tapus left. I'm going to go off to the Hyena Desert over in this direction, and we are going to try and catch whatever Tapu is out here. I don't remember if I've actually been to these ruins yet, or if I've, I should probably go and equip the leftovers now. I don't remember if I've actually been to these ruins yet. We are going to give that to Stream Bakwo, and we are going to place the Sylph Scarf there. I know I spent some time running around in the Hyena Desert. I didn't really enjoy the time I spent running around in the Hyena Desert, so I didn't, like, linger, and I didn't really go out of my way to grab every single last, like, to explore every single last corner of the map, but we're gonna go here, and there are, even if you have repels on, there are these forced encounters, which I really hate. It's not the fact that they're there, as much as the fact that, like, they will chase you down if you get within a certain radius of them. They move faster than you. They can be hard to predict. I looked up where I have to go ahead of time. So I've got to go to the Psychium Z pedestal, and then I've got to go, like, back where I came from. By the way, did I talk to you? I am Mr... I can't remember. You're the old move deleter. I'm always just the ashes left behind. What remains when everything else has been given. I can't remember any longer. Not how to get back home, not anything about who I once was, but in the depths of my memory I can still see the form of that dear Pokemon. As hazy and distant as a mirage. It looked like the moon. Where is it? The Pokemon that's always held me close. That curved body, the perfect arc, coming to the most exquisite points. If only I can see it once more. I think I might be remembering something. Okay. I believe you are describing Lunala. Let's see, I don't really feel like running around. I believe you are describing Lunala, so if I remember, I will try and go and fetch Lunala from the PC! After this, and we'll try doing this again. Let's see, yeah, so this is the Psychium Z pedestal. I think I've got to go back, and then I've got to go up. And I believe, Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, they started doing field encounters as visible Pokemon on the overworld. And they continue doing that in Sword and Shield. I believe Scarlet and Violet also use that strategy. But, like, in those games, you can keep them away with repels. And here, they're there, even if you... Actually, wait, let me not push that way. Let me try to go this way first. In this game, they will chase you down, even if you have a repel up, which I really am not a fan of. So let's go... not think of that. And we're gonna go and... Okay, so this one's blocked. There aren't any, like, holes to drop these into. But I believe, if I'm reading this correctly, I can just go and push this in this direction. This one is red, rather than a yellow or pink ribbon in the decorations. This is Tapu. I don't remember. I've got Tapu Koko. I can't remember what the second one was. And the only reason I really remember Tapu Koko being the first island is because of, like, how much attention it got in the early cutscenes in the game. And also because of the Coco pun in Pokemon Centers. But, let's see. This, I don't know what type you're going to be. I'm assuming that Fairy is a common type. I thought Electric was a common type, but the last one, I think Tapu Lele is the last one I caught, was Psychic Fairy and not Electric. So we'll hope that you are also, like, Fairy and something and not Electric and something. Grassy Surge. Okay, that is one of those terrain moves. I have Strin Bakro out front. We can go use Thunder Wave on you. I'm gonna guess you're fighting. You look fighting type. The red could indicate also like fire, but I feel like you're not. I'm not getting fire-like vibes from you, so you look more like a Mexican wrestler or something like that. So let's go and just hit you with a quick little extreme speed, and that is going to do about 40%. Okay, you're gonna use Mega Horn. That did like nothing. Is my leftovers going to heal me back to full? Okay, so the terrain is also going to restore your health, which I'm not that much of a fan of. But we're going to hit you with Extreme Speed again. Nature's Madness. So that is the move that is basically a Super Fang. And bypasses damage calculations. Yeah, so the leftovers here are going to come in handy there because I don't know what... You probably have, what is it, Moonblast? Because the other Tapus also had Moonblast. You probably have Moonblast, but... I also did go and buy more Dusk Balls, by the way, but I did also look it up, and I don't think they actually work in here. So this doesn't count as a cave. Anyway, I'm assuming you have Moonblast, which is going to put a big hurt on me if you do hit me with it. You have Nature's Madness, you have... I don't know what your other two moves are. Skull Bash and Mega Horn? I think you used Mega Horn earlier in the first turn. Anyway, your defense is going up. Okay. If I hit you with another Extreme Speed with your defense up, I think you shouldn't die. Alright, great. And are you gonna get... How long is this terrain gonna last? Okay, that Skull Bash kinda did a lot. How long is this terrain gonna last? Alright, it's gone now. So let's go and just keep tossing Ultra Balls at you. I guess that's gonna be my best way of handling this. I guess I could have bought more Timer Balls. And have some insurance should the battle go on for a long time. But first, before I go and do that, really? Really? That was what? 2 Ultra Balls? 3 Ultra Balls? I think that was 2 Ultra Balls. I really feel like I should not be getting this lucky. Anyway, that is 3 out of the 4 Tapus we have almost filled in this page. I did not expect that to go as quickly as it did. Alright. The Land Spirit Pokemon, a Land Spirit Pokemon, so you are Grass Fairy. You are not fighting or anything else. So I'm going to go and not nickname you. I am going to see your summary. And you, what stat do you specialize in? Attack, it looks like, by a lot. Although, Mega Horn... Okay, you do not have Moonblast, which is interesting. Mega Horn is like... Still didn't do very much damage at all to a Dragonite. Even without the multi-scale, even when you like broke through that, Mega Horn still wouldn't have done a lot. So I'm gonna go and send you to the box. I'm gonna go and take my exit from here. If I can actually get down the stairs. And lastly, I think I can actually just like fast travel to the ruins of whatever on... Oh, really? Can I just fly from here? I cannot fly from here. Fine. But before I do that, before I head off to another island, I have Lunala with me. And, let's see. If I talk to this guy... The Pokemon you journey with, it's Luna. Lunala? No, that's not it. It's all wrong. Where is it? The Pokemon that always held me close. Okay. That's not... Do I have to have it out front? Let's go and switch you around so that you're in lead. What other Pokemon could it be? It's not like the Cosmog, is it? Cosmog isn't, like, circular. Hang on. Oh, you know who I bet it is? It's probably a Lunatone, isn't it? I don't believe I have a Lunatone. Or a Soul Rock, for that matter. I think there are encounters in this game, but I don't know where, and I don't really feel like going back for it. So if that is indeed the case, I will, just toss an explanation on screen, probably, and I will not be going back for that, because I don't feel like doing that little side quest. Alright. Well, that was a little bit of a disappointment, but it is kind of funny that they led you in the direction of thinking it was the mascot, and then you, I guess, are supposed to then remember that there's other Pokemon in the game that fit the Soul and Loon theme. I want to go over here to the Ponybreaker Coast. And I believe I'm going to fast travel directly to this entrance, and I'm not going to have to go on an expedition to get to it, which I definitely appreciate. The Ruins of Hope. And, okay, this one is still solved from when we came through here as part of the story. That's nice. This one is purple. Tapu, Coco, Lele, Bulu, and now I can't remember the fourth one. Well, I'll find out in a second. Tapu Fini? Tapu Fini. Okay. So, whatever type you are, don't know, we'll find out. Although I have to say, I do like your clamshell design there. It's, makes you look like a sea creature of some sort. So, Misty Terrain is going to cause the... I forgot to put... Oh, yeah. Well, we're just gonna go, and should I do some damage with my Gon Lahas over here, my Flygon? I don't know what type you're gonna be. I'm just gonna hit you with an Earth Power and hope that it's not enough to take you down. Muddy Water Mist. You're not getting HP back from this, which is good. So this is a neutral hit. I can probably do this one more time. And if I do this one more time... Yeah, my accuracy is going to go down or whatever. If I do this one more time, you'll live down to, like, probably 5 or 10%. Okay, that's pretty much perfect. You're going to Nature's Madness me. I'm going to not care. I'm going to switch out to Stream Bakwo over here. And we're going to paralyze you, and then we're just going to start tossing balls. Alright. So we're in business, as long as I don't somehow accidentally try to attack you, which is... So you have Nature's Madness, you have Muddy Water, you have Hydro Pump. Are you Water Fairy? I feel like Water is the a fairly common type here. Let's go and use Thunder Wave. And okay, you can't be afflicted by status while this field is in effect. So I'm gonna have to wait a turn or two for that to wear out. Interesting. So now the terrain is gone. And now, I can actually Thunder Wave you. And you can avoid the attack, so I can't Thunder Wave you. It's a good thing that this terrain is an ability, and it's not, like, a move which you could repeatedly summon, because I think if you were to use a move that were to summon Misty Terrain, then you would, also be able to heal status that you have, which I... Really? Come on, it's got 90 accuracy. Missing twice in a row, that's 1 in 100. Anyway. We'll do this a fourth time then. Usually you only need one Thunder Wave to be able to paralyze a Pokemon, but in some cases it just doesn't work out that way. Alright, so you are now paralyzed. You are now on like 5% of your health. And that's not going to do a lot of damage. So you have 2 water attacks, a move that's like Super Fang, and I'm going to just hope that I'm able to sponge hits on you for a while, and that you won't really be able to like do that much to me to KO me easily. Like, I guess if you use Nature's Madness like 8 times in a row, you might be able to bring me down into low enough health to kill me with like a Hydro Pump or something, but probably not, unless you have a super strong scare move that you haven't shown me yet. I feel like I could probably stand up to these hits for quite a while. Alright, I thought I was going to catch you there, but I did not. You're going to use Muddy Water again. And let's see, this has already been more difficult than the fight against Tapu Bulu, because that was what, like 2 Ultra Balls? But I've got 34 of them left, so we can afford to wait here for a while. Oh, by the way, dusk balls also work at night. What time does the game think it is right now? It is currently 4:17 in the afternoon. But I don't know what time my 3DS thinks it is, and I don't know if the game thinks it's currently day or night. Yeah, we seem to be more or less in equilibrium with the amount of HP that I have right about here, and I think you might actually be out of power points on Hydro Pump, which is probably your strongest move. Because you keep going for Muddy Water here. Okay, so we're not quite in equilibrium. We're not quite getting enough back from the leftovers to cancel that, unfortunately. I don't know how many power points Nature's Madness has. Nature's Madness, Muddy Water, Hydro Pump, and what is your last move? Aqua Ring. Okay, that actually I don't like, because that means you're gonna heal. It also means I'm gonna heal, which I guess I do like, but I don't like the fact that you're gonna heal. I'm probably gonna have to hit you with an extreme speed every once in a while just to keep you down. Alright. Well, we're gonna go and use an Ultra Ball. Aqua Ring should have, what, like 15 PP, I think? 3? Alright. It does not end up becoming a problem in this fight. That is pretty great. So Tapu Fini has been caught. The rest of my team is going to get experience. Fusrada is going to grow to level 66. And we can now finish off this page in the Pokédex. Alright. That did not take as much time as I thought it was going to. We can go and turn this background red. Very nice. 20% completion on the Alola Pokédex overall. That is Water Fairy indeed. That is our last Land Spirit Pokemon. And let me go and have a look at your stats. Okay, so not very much attack at all. Pretty high defense thanks to the nature, and very high special defense. So you're definitely one of the more defensive-oriented of these Pokemon, because they do all specialize in, like, as legendary trios, duos, and I guess tetrads often do. Each one of them has a similar stat spread, but spread over the stats that they prioritize are different. Anyway, we're gonna send you to the box, and where am I gonna go after this? Alright, so let me go and check if there are any other Pokemon that don't live in Ultra Wormholes. Alright, so it seems like the rest of the legendary Pokemon that can be found in this game are actually behind the Ultra Wormholes, and I'll do a couple of those, but first I'm gonna do something else, and that is that I went up to the Ultra of the Moon, or the Ultra of the Sun, or whatever it was, and I tried going in there, and I lasted about 5 seconds before I said these gyro controls are the worst things I've ever played. That's not true. But these gyro controls are up there with the worst things I've ever played, and apparently there's a way to turn it off, but you have to go to Game Freak's headquarters to do it. Alright, who do I complain to? I'm just gonna go around talking to everybody. There's also battles to be had in here, I believe. Not quite yet. Who do I complain to in order to turn off gyro controls for the Ultra Wormholes? Red, I guess? Yeah, I don't know what that means. I arbitrarily picked red because that's the wavelength that plants absorb most of, and I'm partial to it for that reason. I don't have a favorite color. It's the boring answer. Top secret. There are 2 ways to control your movement. Yeah. I prefer using the circle pad. Absolutely. It would be bad enough if I wasn't tethered to my desk with a physical cable for the video capture, but like the gyro controls, like, I swear they don't even work, like, half the time. Like, I can barely wiggle side to side. I don't think I was able to go up and down at all using, like, motion controls. Like, the gyro controls are really bad. Anyway, I'm glad that I'm allowed to turn that off. I don't know why they habitually hide settings like this in weird places in Pokemon games. This is probably not as weird of a decision as in Sword and Shield, where you get the option to set the volume controls like 3 hours into the game. Like, I don't know where that came from, but this isn't. This is also pretty out there. But while I'm here, the game director, who is it, Morimoto in this game? I think the game director in this game. Nope. All right, so you're the game director. Is Morimoto not the director of this game? I thought he was. Who I assume is supposed to be this guy. Anyway, let me go and look at my team. I've got out front, Gon Lahas, Birdbrain. Alright, so... we're gonna go and put my lead in the lead. And then we'll see how much the rest of my team can do for the rest of this game. So, he's not as good as me, but he's not bad. Yeah, we'll battle this guy. Whoever he happens to be. Wait, are we gonna do doubles? Who am I fighting? The veteran or the black belt? Okay, it is a double. Interesting. Morimoto and Iwao. Japanese names usually aren't too hard to pronounce if you break them up into syllables, but I'm not entirely sure what to do with those particular syllables. So let's see. We're going... so, 2-on-2. This means that the stealth rocks are not going to be quite as good as it would be in a single battle, but I'll make do. Let's see. So, who do I want to take out first? I'm going to go and try for a rock slide, particularly on the Kecleon, because Kecleon's color change is going to turn it into a rock type. And I'm going to then hope that hitting you with a Giga Drain will be advantageous. Alright. I was hoping that I would do more damage to Gengar, but I didn't do more damage to Gengar. Kecleon flinched and couldn't move, that's fine. I'm gonna Night Slash Gengar, and I'm gonna hope that Gengar goes after Birdbrain and not after me. Come on, go after Birdbrain. No, alright, that's it for Gon Lahas. I'm sorry, Gon Lahas, you are not going to be able to finish off the Kecleon there. So, Night Slash should finish the Gengar. Goodbye, Gengar. Curse Body is going to disable Night Slash. And, you're gonna go down, I'm gonna get a level. And, let's see, who are you sending in next? Who am I sending in next? Oh, yeah, Protean? Not, color change? Okay. That's definitely, like, a better version of color change, because then, like, you are now in control over, over what type you change into, instead of just being at the whims of your opponent. You are sending in a Dragonite. Alright, I approve. I like Dragonite. So, you're gonna take some rocks damage. I don't know if you would have multi-scale or not, but, let's see, I think I can probably switch out here. I think I'm probably done. I don't know if Dragonite would have multiscale or not, but the rocks will break it either way. I'm going to go and, let's try an Outrage, and let us just see which one of them that hits, and whether or not it does a solid chunk of damage. What levels are you, by the way? Draco Meteor. Alright, that did about half. Your special attack is going to drop by 2 stages. I'm going to go use Outrage on Dragonite. You're only level 57. Okay, I could have come here pretty much as soon as the post-game began, and I probably would have not had too hard of a time. But, okay, I'm suddenly much less worried than I was 2 seconds ago before I saw your levels. In Black and White, when you fight Game Freak, their levels are pretty high, and they're sort of levels that you wouldn't do until you go and like rematch the Elite Four, but in this game, this time around, it seems that they're a little more reasonable. Let me see. Should I just go and use Scald? I guess would be my best move. We'll do that to get the Kecleon out of the way. I'm going to hit Machamp with an Outrage, with another Outrage, and I feel like Machamp probably won't stand up too easily against the Outrage. Machamp is a little bit bulky, and it's not weak to it or anything, and I'm not stabbed, and you are going to punch me before I'm able to actually do that. Wow. Okay. In that case, should I bring out my own Dragonite? Or should I bring out Fusarda? Let's bring out Fusarda. Let's see. Blissey is up next. Okay. I know which one of you are going to be targeting Blissey, so Look for Core, you deal with the Machamp, and I'm going to deal with Blissey, close combat. This thing is a special wall, probably still the best special wall in the game. Maximum HP stat. Actually, that's probably not true anymore. I doubt they still use 8-bit ints for Pokemon-based stats, but for a long time it was the maximum possible HP stat. And pretty solid special defense on top of that. So Machamp is gonna get burned. I don't know if you have no guard or if you have guts. I'm gonna guess you have no guard because Dynamic Punch with a guts boost would have done way more damage than that. But Ambipom is coming out. Fus or Die is confused. I don't really want to deal with that. Let's go and use Scald to finish off the Machamp. I'm gonna switch out. We can bring in Strewn Bakwo. And I think this fight is pretty much over at this point. I don't see you doing too much damage to either of us. Dual Chop is going to do, like, not a lot. That's a Dragon-type move, isn't it? Scald is going to take down the Machamp, and... I mean, I guess if I want Logvakor to stay alive, I could switch out to someone else. Strewn Bakwo is going to gain a level. Let's just see how much Extreme Speed does. I'm gonna go and switch out to Bird Brain, assuming that you decide to use Dual Chop again. No, stop that. We are gonna go and use Extreme Speed on your face, and with an 11 level advantage, let's see how much damage I do to this guy over here. So is this a daily event? In Black and White, the fight against Game Freak was a daily event. Oh, you decided to hit me that time. That's fine, I guess. Even without the multi-scale defense buff, that still didn't really do a lot. And there's only one Pokemon left. I don't really feel the need to be that careful about what moves I pick. Alright, Ambipom is going down. Burbrain is gaining some experience. Everyone else is getting some experience, and we've defeated Morimoto and Iwayo. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to pronounce that as 2 syllables. Anyway, thought we might whip you, but, well, you sure got us in the end. Alright, so, you've raised some great Pokemon. Let me heal them up for you. So, is this a daily event? Or are you going to tell me to come back tomorrow? Okay, so that is going to be the Oval Charm. So that is for a increased odds of laying an egg. Do you also give me the Shiny Charm or not? No, I think that was for completing the Unova Pokedex in Gen 5 that you got the Shiny Charm. I don't know where you get it now. Okay, so this is a daily event. So that's interesting. I think I'm going to end this off here. Next time I'm going to go into the Ultra Space. And we're going to go and spend at least one video just catching legendary Pokemon in the Ultra Space. I don't think I'm going to go for them all. Maybe if I really do decide I actually do like doing it, I'll do it, but probably not. Until next time, my name is Dragonite, this has been Pokemon Ultra Moon. You should all go check out Wizarducks and the Lost Hat, which is one of the games that I like to work on when I'm not doing YouTube stuff. Link to the Steam page can be found down below. I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will see you all later.